Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new video on the YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the departure of Calvin Bassey. It's just been announced as within like the last 5-10 minutes there that he's signed his contract with Ajax. Lovely little package out for Rangers with his best moments for last season and the season before. And we'll talk about, obviously, we talked at the weekend about him possibly going, and then just sort of after we finished that video, it was Fabrizio Romano. No, they're signing him. It's the now. So we'll talk about that. Talk about Ben Davies also signing as part of a Calvin Bassey replacement for Liverpool. Yesterday, we obviously hammered the Hammers. You can see on the title there, 3-1. We'll talk our thoughts on that game, and then there's an interesting link that's came up recently with Ridvan Yilmaz of Besiktas as a possible left back replacement for Calvin Bassey as well. So as always, if you'd like, subscribe, share about for us, very much appreciated, and thanks for the support on the previous videos. They're doing pretty well at the moment. So first of all, we need to talk Calvin Bassey. It hurts. It does hurt to see him in that top. I thought I was going to be prepared for it, but I'm just not. Calvin Bassey's obviously secured his move to Ajax for a reported fee about 27 million euros in total, including all the add-ons and stuff. So massive fee for us to get, the most we've ever received for a player in our history, I believe. Calvin Bassey signs for Ajax. He's going to have a good career at Ajax, I believe. Last season, he just showed how he can come back for issues that people maybe wanted him out of the club during the COVID season. And Patterson and Bassey were involved in that. People would now rip his contract up and stuff. And now he's our most expensive sale ever. He'll go on with our best wishes, of course. Just loved having Calvin Bassey at the club. It was one I would hope to have had for another year after the rumours had died down. But seeing his performance in that Europa League final, it was just a matter of time, I think, before a big club came calling, because he was absolutely unbelievable that night. He'll go with our best wishes, definitely.
Best wishes. I can't even, just looking at this picture, mate, it just doesn't feel right. But no, just absolutely goes with the best wishes. Just a fantastic player. And as you say, mate, crazy different times we were all living in when him and Patterson were involved in that. Both gone on for big fees. Obviously, Calvin's gone on for the most in the club's history. So all round, mate, it makes sense for business for the club, and then obviously his ambition as well. Do you know what I mean? Because Ajax is always a club. The big teams in Europe are always scouting for their players. You look at De Ligt as well, who went to Juventus now, way back to where's he away to Bayern Munich. So my boy Calvin Bassey, when he signs for Real Madrid and wins them like 3-4 Champions Leagues, let's just look at where it all came from. Do you know what I mean? Let's look where it started.
That's where you've got to look at. It started at Rangers. It started as a guy that was possibly going to be giving up football, because we saw that interview that was put out on YouTube about a year ago where he was talking about his upbringing and stuff. And for him to get to this point so early on in his career after that, after maybe not feeling like he was going to go anywhere, he's went straight to the top European club. Ajax were involved in the semi-final of the Champions League just a few years ago as well. So Ajax are always going to be up there in terms of that. And it's just a historic club as well. Historic for bringing through young talent, as you say, with De Ligt there. And just what a move for him to get. To be honest, you can hold your hands up and say, look, Calvin, understand your ambition to go and play with Ajax, because you're thinking your career, you're thinking well on, and we get a good fee for it as well. So it works out for both parties. It's obviously sad to see a player go, but I have no, as we spoke about in the last one as well, I have no doubt in my mind he'll move on for Ajax probably in a couple of years. Guy's an absolute machine.
No, a machine, and I think it goes to show you, Jack, what happens when you like this one, when you keep the faith. Do you know what I mean? You go right to the top, man. And I know he's a big man and he's religion and whatever. Just shows you keep believing in yourself, mate. You'll go wherever you want to go, but he will go right to the top of the game. Make no mistakes about it. I really do believe that. It's hard to look at him in that, and then you watch the packaging just put together. Quite an emotional one, man.
Nah, it's going to be emotional, especially for me and you as well. So you were a very big sort of Calvin Bassey advocate at the very, very start of this podcast 2 seasons ago. So if you want to go back and see that, obviously they're on the channel. Go back and watch his views on it. But we were always sort of up on Calvin Bassey, and last season obviously got his breakthrough, and it was good to see.
I think it's quite hanging what you said to us off camera there. Do you know what I mean? We all thought Connor Goldson would be the one leaving in the picture with the Scottish Cup, and then turns out Bassey and all that are away, man. It's just crazy how sometimes it works out, man.
It is, but it's a new era. You've got to look at that. As we're going to speak later on, we're going to hopefully reinvest this money into getting proper players back in and fill the boots. But Calvin Bassey will be a sole loss, and all the best to him over in Ajax. First off, then we get a sort of a replacement in. I think we'll need about 2 players to replace Bassey right now because he can play left back and centre half. But we were talking we need defenders in, and we got one in yesterday just before the game. Ben Davies signs on a 4-year deal for Liverpool, fee totaling about £4 million. A lot of people maybe put off by the fee, but I think for a 26-year-old English centre back, obviously at Liverpool didn't really work out for him there, but at Preston when he was there, apparently I've read a lot of stuff saying he was one of the top centre halves in that league. So I think it's smart business. I think it's one that will go under the radar. Not the most exciting signing for everybody, but I think it's one we sorely needed, to be honest with you.
No, definitely, mate. It looks like a solid defender. And all right, maybe the fee and what have you, I can understand maybe why people would be a bit hanging with it, but that's modern day football. And do you know what I mean? You're going to pay whatever money you need to pay to get players through the door. It looks like a solid addition to the squad. Do you know what I mean? It would definitely be one maybe get down the line. People will be raving about maybe how well he'll do, but I'm looking forward to it. Look forward to seeing him in the jersey. As I said to you, does sound a bit like a schoolboy when he talks, but that's all right. No, I'm only joking. But no, it's a good addition to the squad. As you say, going to need maybe 2 or 3 to replace massive loss that is Calvin Bassey, but it's only one of hopefully many more to come in the door, Jack.
Aye, I think so. I think there'll be, obviously, as we're going to speak about later on with Yilmaz, the links that have came out, we're definitely in the market for a left back, which is good to see. So Ben Davies ticks off one of them. He can also play at left back if needed, but I think predominantly he'll be a centre half, a left-footed centre half. And I think it will probably be having Goldson, to be honest with you, at the centre half position, unless Gio wants to maybe play a 3-5-2 or change of formation. As we stand and playing that sort of 4-2-3-1, I think he'll be Connor Goldson's partner. John Souttar obviously in there, Leon King, Philip Olander still to come back, Katic, who we all expect to be probably moved on, but there's definitely competition for places there. It adds a vast amount of quality, even if he didn't play for Liverpool. Being in and around that squad, a fantastic Liverpool squad, the coaching of Jurgen Klopp, it's going to have done a lot for him since moving there. So the way I look at it, I think it's smart business. We bought Connor Golson for around about the same fee, Philip Olander the same. They've done all right in the jersey. So I think Ben Davies will come here and he'll do a job for us, definitely.
No, that's the main thing, mate. You hope he can. I was just about to say it's refreshing. You know what I mean? Where we all were at the start of the window, thinking ourselves, right, come on, we've got this money now, let's go and spend it. And the club are starting to spend it, so it's good. I just think he'll be a good addition to the squad, mate. And he's got experience as well. Do you know what I mean? Championship's a difficult league to play in. It's no walk in the park, so he'll definitely have the experience of playing in rough, tough areas. And even as you said, mate, I seen the thing with Jurgen Klopp as well, speaking highly of him, saying he was a great guy and just wasn't. Do you know what I mean? What Liverpool needed is what have you. But no, it'll be a good addition to the squad. Hopefully it works out, man.
No, I think it will do, and I think hopefully we'll be able to see him at the Spurs game. I heard Gio speaking last night in his press conference that it might be featured, so it'll be good to see him. He was introduced to the crowd. Obviously, yesterday I said that to you just before the day. I thought that would happen, the way they were building up. And Malik Tillman as well, also introduced to the crowd, who'll hopefully be involved in Saturday as well. That's a player I'm really desperate to see, so... Ben Davies in the door, good signs there. And obviously last night we'll go on to it then, West Ham, another pre-season fixture.
Before you get starting it, I just want to say it's another one I got right there. Everyone raving about my boy Sands, that's all I'm saying.
Nah, we'll get on to Sands. We'll go on to a lot of the good stuff that happened last night because it was great viewing, to be honest with you. What you want for a pre-season game is starting obviously your best team against a proper opposition in West Ham, who also started pretty much their 11 that they'll play. And we bossed it. The first half was competitive. First half was sort of a feeling out process, if you like. West Ham had the one chance with Antonio to get through. John Souttar was maybe a little bit of a weak link in the first half, just with his positional sense. A couple of times he lost out a couple of battles with Jared Bowen and Antonio, but I think for the large part in the first half, John Souttar's passing range is going to be something that's going to be vital for the back this season. I think he has a good range of passing on him, but I think a couple of times he was shrugged out. But first half, chances were few and far between for us. We got up the park nice, we kept the ball good. Same for both teams, really. Nothing much in way goals. Cholak put an admirable centre-half role on last night, chasing everyone down, always looking for an opportunity. I think he's going to capitalise on a lot of mistakes the defenders will make in the SPFL this year. He looks like the kind of guy who's always going to pounce, never going to give defenders a minute. So I was impressed with him. And I was impressed with Glenn Kamara as well. I seen a lot of whispers on Twitter with offers and such coming in for Glenn Kamara that would sell him for about 8 million. No chance. Glenn Kamara in that forward role for me he's going to excel this season. That's going to be his position. I feel a more advanced midfielder role. He dropped back in the second half and he played in Ryan Jack's role as well. So I think Kamara was good last night. Borna Barisic had a really good showing in the first half. And then the second half, obviously, when the changes were made, it was nice to see Tom Lawrence, Rabbi Matondo, James Sands, as we were just touching on there. James Sands, we start with him, a guy that's probably never put a foot wrong in a Rangers jersey, but always seems to be the villain for some reason. I don't get it. He came on at centre-half, and I think that's maybe where he'll be preferred this season, to be honest with you. Might look to play him as a centre-half.
That's where I personally think Gio sees him more playing. I definitely would like to see him get more game time. Do you know what I mean? We both had our favourites when him and Diablo came in. Do you know what I mean? I backed him, and I know you backed Diablo. I know you said you didn't really like him as a centre-half. I think you wanted him more in the middle of the park, which fair play. But I just think, I really do think Katic probably will be moved on. Do you know what I mean? Hollander, that's another one. So Sands maybe just coming in there. I think it makes a wee smart bit of sense. But no, man, I seen the highlights last night. As I said, mate, I didn't get to watch the game. Obviously, you were watching it. But I tell you what, already looking like I'm being proven wrong. And guess what? On this podcast, we're like that because we know information, we move forward, we adapt. And I mean, what a debut for your man there, making setting up two and getting a goal. Fantastic.
When the signings, the two new signings came on, Matondo and Lawrence, the level seemed to go up straight away. With Lawrence in that sort of midfield role where maybe Aribo or Kamara in the first half would operate. Lawrence has got that eye for goal, but maybe Kamara doesn't. Kamara's always looking to see the passes and make the turns and bring players into play, where I think Lawrence is always looking forward to try and get into the box. So that was evident, I think, pretty much for the get-go. It looked like we just turned the whole game up to 100 and we're like, we're just going to batter West Ham now. And we got that first goal through Tom Lawrence. Great for Tavernier to find Matondo. Absolutely lightning quick. Gets by Cresswell.
He's going to rip it up this season, man.
And he gets his first assist and Tom Lawrence gets his goal. And that was within a couple of minutes after coming on. Then again, a great work for Lawrence again in the middle of the park. A lot of space free. Tees up Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent scores. Hopefully a sign of what to come this season. He really needs to add goals to his game. So it was nice to see him get a goal. And then the third coming for Rabbi Matondo again. Nice work throughout the pitch to get up the pitch quick. Tavernier to Lawrence, I think, and then Rabbi Matondo fires into the goal. So all the three goals came in 10 minutes after the restart, and we sort of turned it up a level, and it was nice to see new signings hitting the ground running. First appearance at Ibrox, and they're putting on a show like that. It's only going to be positive signs, I think, for what's to come.
Hopefully, mate. Listen, I'm impressed with most of the signings so far. Obviously, the boy up top as well. I'm impressed with him. Seems a bit more like a fox in the box. He was unlucky. He took the ball right off that defender, and obviously good recovery for the West Ham defender, but unlucky there, as you say. I think he will capitalise on a lot of mistakes for the defenders in our league. But I tell you what, the defenders in our league, they're not going to handle the pace of that Matondo boy, man. I really do think he's going to rip right through a lot of people. But no, I'm liking the signings for Gio so far. And as everyone's saying, as we've been saying, and Gio we trust, because honestly, the way that he wants to play, I'm looking forward to it. I'm enjoying it. Look forward to being at the Spurs game as well, man, and seeing it in person. But I think, obviously, mate, the main thing for me is just that the new signings are hitting the ground running and everyone seems to be getting along, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the more coming in, obviously the next lad we're going to be touching on.
It's looking good at the moment. And you say about Matondo there just quickly as well. Ryan Kent was he was always doubled up on in the league games and cup games and that. It was always like, right, take Ryan Kent out of the game, they'll not have anything going forward. Now you've added Matondo onto that right-hand side. It's like you can't just focus on Ryan Kent anymore. You've got two really powerful, fast wingers.
Man. Crying with happiness, thank the Lord. That's something else.
I know, finally, it seems like forever that we've had to deal with putting whatever it was, like Joe Rebo or Akima Roof at the right wing spot, and it was like, right, it's just not the same. We've got a guy with blistering pace, obviously get his eye for goal. He picked out a nice assist as well, so it's promising signs. Obviously still a friendly, but with the level of opposition you're playing and to come on and make such an impact, the first time you're playing at Ibrox as well, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. So
absolutely,
the two of them looked class yesterday, as well as the other subs that came on as well. Adam Devine at left back, thought another really good showing for him, even at 19 years old, looks assured. Charlie McCann again coming on and showing why he needs to be a part of this team going forward. Really impressed by him. Fashion Sakala came on and was deputised at number 9, but I'll hold him a little bit of leeway because it was his first pre-season game. He came back for an up. I'll hold him some leeway, but
can we just touch on Fashion? I know obviously there's nothing hanging with what we always. I wouldn't get rid of Fashion. I think Fashion is a quality player there. He just decision making. I think it was obviously, was it Kent? He could have had the chance to pass. Like, I think, come on, that's there. He's got to be a bit sharper and a bit quicker with that. But I wouldn't get rid of him at all. Do you know what I mean? If I was to get him, maybe alone just to improve on things like that. But he can improve on that at the club. But I wouldn't get rid of him.
I think the thing for Fashion Sakala is I've always really liked him as an impact sub. I don't think he's always been a starter, but he brings something to the team. He's always needed to really brush up on his first touch and his finishing, which hopefully will come in the next couple of weeks. But I think I don't think it would benefit us really sending him out on loan, to be honest with you, because I think last season you get, what was it, 15 goal contributions?
Aye.
And he was barely a starter, so...
I like him coming off of the bench, do you know what I mean? But it's just, as I say, those decision makings like that, for me, it's just me things like that. But I wouldn't get it. Come on, the smile, mate. How can you not love this boy?
No, it's just his all-round play. I think he needs to work on. But
how nice a guy this guy is. I mean, we witnessed him at the Livy away game. He's sitting getting selfies with the Livy fans. Do you know what I mean? That's how nice my boy is. So no, love him a bit. So I just obviously I don't believe in any of the rumours that he's going to be pushed out the door or whatever. I wouldn't get rid of him. Still think there's a quality player there. Do you know what I mean?
I think he can add a lot, especially maybe. Well, when Gio said, he was like, "Look, we didn't have any number 9s, and Cholak's the only number 9." He doesn't really see Sakala as a striker, so Sakala as an extra left wing. We seen him play his best football there when he was brought on for Ryan Kent any part of the season last year. So I think he's still got a role to play, I believe. I don't think I would send him out on loan. But the next one we'll finish on the latest transfer rumour. It's nice when you sign a player and you're like, oh, that'll probably be the transfer rumour's dead for a bit, and then another one pops right out and you're like, right, good stuff. We can get hyped about somebody else. Ridvan Yilmaz, and this is a 21-year-old Turkish fullback for Besiktas. He's played with Besiktas last season. I think he's clocked up maybe about 60, 70 games for them already. 6 caps for Turkey. And he's won a cup over there in Turkey as well, I think, with Besiktas. So a guy with a lot of promise on the last year of his contract, which is good for us to operate within. He was nearly going to Eintracht Frankfurt, who we'll like to forget, but talks broke down there. Spurs looking at him. So this guy's a really promising young fullback, making his way in the football world, and we're looking to go and pounce on that. I've seen a couple of reports here for journalists in Turkey. We had bid €6 million for him, including bonuses. Not sure if any of these are actually fact or they'll just put out there for nothing, but it looks to be we're interested in him. Hopefully going to make an offer. It's looking to be around about that €5-6 million spot with bonuses and stuff. So I think it's it reminds me a lot of watching him this morning, Angelino for Leipzig. Really small, but he's rapid. He's got good delivery. He can cause a lot of problems down the left hand side, and I think it's probably the perfect replacement, perfect competition for Borna Barisic in that left hand side. Barisic is a bit more physical, where this guy is. I think Murray maybe a left mid if he can play there as well here, but I think as a left back, I'm all on for this one.
I'm just, as I say, mate, I've not seen any person, I haven't watched any highlights of that yet, but it's just good to be linked with players and that we're spending the money, as I say. If you say he's kind of like Angelino, and I like the sound of that, do you know what I mean? And I do rate Angelino, I don't know how Pep never did, but No, I'm just, as I say, mate, I'm just happy that we're being linked with players and we're actually spending money. Do you know what I mean? I think it's one of them where you could get it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if Spurs are in there, then they're obviously going to offer the bigger wages and what have you, and the luxury of the Premier League. But it'd be nice to get him in the door. As I say, we definitely need a left back in now. Obviously, Calvin's gone, so maybe this guy could be the perfect replacement. But as I say, competition for the likes of Spurs, that's going to be difficult, just with lifestyle and what have you have said. So hopefully, mate, fingers crossed we can get him in the door.
I think it would suit the way we are trying to work as a club as well. Trying to pounce on players that are maybe in the last year of their deal. This guy would probably be upwards of 10, 15 million selling fees. You've got to look at that now when we're trying to build what we're trying to do. So I think it makes all the sense in the world to go and get this guy. Champions League experience as well, I forgot to add. So I think he's got enough experience to come into Rangers and hopefully make an impact and a good impact of that. Hopefully the rumours are true and hopefully the next video we're doing, we're sitting here and have signed him. So I think it would be a massive coup, personally. I think with the clubs that have been interested in him,
if we can beat them and get him, then that's massive, man. That's really massive.
With the fee rumoured as well, it's manageable for us, especially with the influx of cash we've got recently. So I think it would be money well spent, and hopefully, as I say, the next time we're talking, it's going to be hopefully Yilmaz in a Rangers shirt. So that was the episode.
Whoa. We're not going to talk about Big Memphis, no?
No, we can't. That's been the episode. We've covered all the latest on Rangers. As always, if you could like, subscribe, share about for us, very much appreciated. I think our next video will probably be, obviously bar any signings or stuff, SPFL predictions for next season on Monday, hopefully. So we'll get to work on that and see what we're going to rank this season's Premier League. But in due time, are you excited with the signing of Ben Davies? Let us know in the comments. West Ham game, what was your thoughts on the new signings? And Yilmaz, are you for or against the signing of him? So until the SPFL predictions, we'll see you soon.